Down into turn number 3, April Aitken atop the flag stand to throw the initial green flag, and we are underway in Claremont. Off turn 2, Jake Johnson running toe-to-toe, side-by-side with Justin Bonsignor as they race for turn 3.
Yeah, Bonsignor outbreaks Johnson and will pull around him. No, Johnson comes back going into turn number 1. Bonsignor cannot close the door. They're still side-by-side off of 2.
Johnson staying tough there on the bottom side of the racetrack as we go toe-to-toe for the race lead. The young rookie driver, 19-year-old, working the bottom lane. Outside lane, Justin Bonsignor comes across the line and leads the lap.
You mentioned tire conservation. We're working lap number 3, and Jon McKennedy looks like he can put that car anywhere he wants it. Car number 79 now riding the outside behind the 51 off of turn 4.
McKennedy made a big adjustment before qualifying earlier tonight. He said, I need to be a little bit better, and right now that adjustment's working because the outside is rolling fast for the 79 of McKennedy.
Jon McKennedy now pulls up on Jake Johnson. Johnson trapped down to the inside. That seems to be not necessarily the preferred line here early on, as you see drivers with the choice now riding up midway between groups 1 and 2 as they go into turn 3. Evening it up in the corner, and now Johnson back on the inside of Bonsignor for the lead.
Here comes Johnson, continuing to work to the bottom, the top 3, running right there under a blanket, up off turn number 4 and across the line. This time by, the laps continue to be led by Justin Bonsignor, but Jake Johnson is giving up a fight here on the bottom.
One driver who's out of the picture right now is car number 7, Doug Kobe, qualified 17th. Of course, thereafter the championship this year in the Granite State, the Whelen Granite State Short Track Cup, and having to make a lot of room or make a lot of ground up here in a hurry. He hasn't been able to do that in the first nearly dozen laps.
Yeah, he's only gained 1 position, and so we'll keep an eye on that as the race goes on. Meanwhile, the battle up front. Jake Johnson finally able to nose out in front of Justin Bonsignor down the back straightaway. And Bonsignor, that outside lane, finally gives up for him, and Jake Johnson goes to the point.
You've seen Jon McKennedy run strong throughout the year, still trying to pick up, I believe, his first win of the year, but some definite top 5 runs. He's got a very fast race car here early on. You've seen him nearly make a pass on the outside, but made it work down low. He can put that 79, and now he goes for the lead in turn 1.
Sparks fly from beneath the 79 of Jon McKennedy. Here comes Jake Johnson, though. Johnson, feisty early on as he goes to the bottom. They touch in turn 3.
When you're 19 years old and driving Old Blue and you know the weight of that race car, you throw everything you have into every lap. And Jake Johnson going after it, coming up on the lap car of 0-1 in turn number 4. Good battle going on for third spot. Ronnie Silk goes down to the inside of Bonsignor. An easy pass for car number 16. He was stealth here in the first 15 laps, but has really picked up the wick and goes after Jake Johnson for second in turn number 4.
Got a little bit of ground to catch him. Here comes Brian Roby in the 25 going after the defending champ. Digging down low in turns 1 and 2, and Justin Bonsignor will give that position away. That opens up the downstairs lane. Eric Goodale will sneak underneath, so Bonsignor from the front row starting to backpedal here as the run goes on. Here in New Hampshire, Lee, Monadnock, and this one here tonight in Claremont, we're back underway.
Yeah, Jon McKennedy gets a great jump, and it looked like Jake Johnson might try the crossover. Thought twice about it. Touch back in behind McKennedy, the 79 and the 3 with Ronnie Silk in third off of turn number 4.
We saw how Justin Bonsignor struggled up there in the outside lane. Jake Johnson wisely getting back in line to the bottom quickly so he doesn't go back on the outside. So here they come back down into turn number 3. McKennedy pacing the way. He's comfortable out in front. Meanwhile, we got a car in the grass off turn number 2 to the inside, and another car involved. It's Craig Lutz colliding. After the fact was Dave Zappienza in the 36. This off turn 4.
Green flag is out, and Ron Silk on the outside for the first time does not even challenge going into turn number 1. Thought he was going to tuck back in behind, and that's exactly what he does. Goes into turn number 3, and they're side by side for third.
Jake Johnson now looks to the right elbow. He's got Matt Hirschman there, who's been picking up spots. Every restart, he gets one, he gets another one, and he stays right in the mix. But Johnson's been loving the bottom. They're wheel to wheel down the back straightaway into turn 3. One car has spun off turn number 2. The race leader is back into turn number 3. He'll see 1 lap to go. This time by, white flag is out for Jon McKennedy.
It was J.B. Fortin in car number 34 that went for the spin, but does not draw the caution flag. Final time into turn number 3 for your leader.
Jon McKennedy guides his car down to turn 3 and 4. His second career Whelen Modified Tour victory, and Jon McKennedy wins the Clash at Claremont.